Good morning, students. My name is SUVAS, Assistant Professor of Electrical Department at Sri Swaminarayan Institute of Technology. In the last lectures, we will start the new chapter numerical protections and start with the new topic. We can discuss about the uh, what we learned in the last lectures. So in the last lectures, we will see the So in the last lectures we can see the introductions of numerical protection. As we know that the technology will be developed and the protections device have also upgrade many changes. For example, here we can explain the one example फ्यूज़ टू सर्किट ब्रेकर. हम जानते हैं कि फ्यूज़ से लेके सर्किट ब्रेकर तक अलग अलग प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम में चेंज हुई है, टेक्नोलॉजीज़ में चेंज हुई है. So for years we have been using the static relay and magnetic relay for the protecting and the electrical network. Now when the microprocessor got the advanced, the protections device also got the involved. यानी कि पहले हमारे पास सिर्फ दो ही प्रोटेक्शंस के लिए रिले थी. वो फर्स्ट है द स्टैटिक रिले एंड द मैग्नेटिक रिले, जो हमने ऑलरेडी रिले के टॉपिक में देख लिया है. बट माइक्रो प्रोसेसर जब इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ तब उसको यूज़ करके नए प्रोटेक्शंस डिवाइस डेवलप्ड हुए. द न्यूमेरिकल रिले आर बेस्ड ऑन द यूज़ ऑफ द माइक्रो प्रोसेसर एंड द फर्स्ट numerical was released in 1985. So the electromechanical and the static relay have the fixed wire and the setting is manually, but in the numerical relay on other hand the programmable relay, and where the characteristic and the behaviors can be programmed, and most of the numerical relay are also multifunctions. So numerical relay are the evolved from the static and electromagnetic relay, and there are basically data which undergoes the mathematical and the logical analysis to decide on tripping an electrical network. यानी कि न्यूमेरिकल रिले जनरली जो हमारा जो डेटा होता है वो डिजिटली होता है, तो उसको कन्वर्ट करके हमको मैथमेटिकल मॉडल जो प्रोटेक्शंस किस टाइप का प्रोटेक्शंस चाहिए और उसका क्या वैल्यूज़ होगा, उसके लिए हमको न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू चाहिए. और न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यूज़ ये न्यूमेरिकल रिले थ्रू हो सकता है. सो सिंगल न्यूमेरिकल रिले कैन monitor multiple parameters like the current, voltage, frequency, onset time and other, and same relay can be used for the analyzing and the monitoring the multi faults such as the overcurrent and overfluxing and others. So the basic block diagram of the numerical relays. So these are the our main system. Then after the CTs and BTs, which one is get the signal from the analog signal from our power systems or our main systems. These systems will analog signal conditioning करते हैं. Then after the sampling and hold, सैम्पल एंड होल्ड सर्किट जनरली हमारा जो कंटिन्यूसली जो हमारी मेन सिस्टम है उसमें वोल्टेज और करंट कंटिन्यूसली चेंज होता है. बट जब हमको मैथमेटिकल मॉडल के लिए जो न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यूज़ चाहिए वो पर्टिकुलर टाइम के लिए और पर्टिकुलर वैल्यूज़ चाहिए, तो उसके लिए सैम्पल एंड होल्ड सर्किट होती है. Of multiplexers, then analog to digital signals, and these digital signals is go to the microprocessors, and microprocessor is decide the system is faulty or not. If the fault is detected at that time, The digital to analog converter is used and to convert the signals and trip the circuit breakers. So these are the basic block diagram and how to functions of the numerical relay. Now what is the advantages of the numerical relay? So economic and good performance, then dependency and securities, less complexity and the simplicity, high speed accuracy, then after the multi-functions capability, power system measurement and available. So these are the advantages of the numerical relay. Now the types of the numerical relay. So there are the basically two types of numerical relay: power system protections and distributions protections. So in the power system protections, the consider as the distance protections, then line differentials protections, transformer protection, then low impedance verbal protections, high impedance protections. In other hands, the distribution system protections, the first one is overcurrent protections, then under overvoltage protections, directional overcurrent relay, and last one is the feeder manager relay. So these are the types of numerical relays. So in the electrical power system, the overcurrent or exceed current is situations when the larger than the intended electrical current exists through the conductor and the leading to excessive generator of the heat and the risk of the fire and damage to the equipment. So these are the, we know that the what is the इफेक्ट ऑफ दी ओवरकरंट प्रोटेक्ट ओवरकरंट्स क्या होता है कि जो हमारी सर्किट में जब लोड बढ़ जाए, जो में उसकी कैपेसिटी है उससे लोड बढ़ जाए या इंटरनली कोई फॉल्ट हो, तब ओवरकरंट प्रोटेक्शंस ओवरकरंट की सिचुएशंस होती है और उसको प्रोटेक्शंस करना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी रहता है, क्योंकि अदरवाइज इफ़ आई डोंट गिवन द प्रोटेक्शंस अगेंस्ट द ओवर वोल्टेज एट दैट टाइम द फायर इज द arise, otherwise they damage the equipment. So here the simple circuit for the overcurrent protections. Here you can see that these are the circuit breakers which is basically connected to the bus bar and the CTs to the. Now the fault is arise at that time, the heavy current is passing through these CTs and CT's coil is sends the fault and set values, and the relay coil will be energized. This relay coil is energized and the trip the plungers of this, and when we connect these plungers at that time the battery is directly connected to the tripping coil and trip coil is energized and open the circuit breakers. So these are the basic protection system against the overcurrent protection systems. Now the numerical work protections relay, these are the, we can basically one parameter work with the one parameters and is current, so we can use the CTs current transformers. So you can see the main constructions and the working for block diagram is here, the similar for the बेसिक न्यूमेरिकल रिले प्रोटेक्शंस ओनली इन द बेसिक सिग्नल्स, यानी कि यहाँ पे हमने सीटी और पीटी दोनों सेंस किया था, बट यहाँ पे अभी हम ओवर करंट प्रोटेक्शंस की बात करते हैं तो ओनली कंसिडर विद दी सीटीज. सो यस, ओके, सो दिस वन इज द न्यूमेरिकल ओवर करंट प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम्स. Now today's topic is numerical protections for the transformer and the distance protections of transmission line. This one is the last topic of these chapters. So numerical transformers differentials protections is basically the transformer is one of the major equipment in the and therefore the fault occurs on them are usually rare. सो इसमें क्या होता है कि ट्रांसफार्मर के अंदर ऑयल लुब्रिकेटिंग होता है, तो उसकी वजह से जनरली ट्रांसफार्मर में रेयरली फॉल्ट होता है, बट द ट्रांसफार्मर इज़ ऑल्सो द मेजर इक्विपमेंट इन अवर पावर सिस्टम, क्योंकि हमको पता है कि 11 kV से 230 वोल्ट और 440 वोल्ट किस तरह से ट्रांसमिट होता है. सो ट्रांसफार्मर इज़ वन ऑफ द मेजर इक्विपमेंट, सो इट इज़ मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट टू प्रोटेक्ट देम. But the effect of even the rare fault may be very serious for the power transformer. Hence, the protections of the power transformer against the possible fault is very important. So हमको ये देखना पड़ेगा कि कितने टाइप के फॉल्ट हो सकते हैं. So the fault occurs on the transformer is mainly divided into the two types of external fault and internal faults. We know that. So जब external fault की बात करते हैं तो external fault में हमको वरीड होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि एक्सटर्नल फॉल्ट इज़ रिड्यूस बाय द यूजिंग ऑफ द जोन प्रोटेक्शंस, बट इंटरनल फॉल्ट इज़ वेरी डेंजरियस इन द ट्रांसफार्मर. सो द डिफरेंशियल प्रोटेक्शन स्कीम आर मेनली यूज फॉर द प्रोटेक्शंस अगेंस्ट द फेस टू फेस फॉल्ट एंड फेस टू अर्थ फॉल्ट. सो नाउ these are the basic प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम और डिफरेंशियल प्रोटेक्शन सिस्टम जो हमने ऑलरेडी देख लिए है. these are the internal winding of the transformers, these are the input lines and these are the output lines. These are the connected in stars and these are connected in delta forms. Now if the fault is external, so internal entering current and the leaving current are same, so there are the no any fault occurs in the transformer, but in the internal fault is arise if the face to face fault or a face to earth fault. At that time the entering current and the leaving current are different, so that the operating coil will be given the signal to the circuit breaker to open the system. So these are the differential protection system, but they have taken some time, so it is more important to operate the circuit breakers within the less minutes or within a second. To estimate the vector difference or the current on both the side of the transformer and find the vector difference between them two. So these are the, you can see the figures for the basic constructions. यहाँ पे क्या होगा कि this one is transformers. These symbols is given that this transformer is the mutual induction transformers. सो यहाँ पे जो वेक्टर डिफरेंस होगा उस बेसिस पे न्यूमेरिकल ट्रांसफॉर्मर्स वर्क करेगा. इफ द वेक्टर डिफरेंस गोज बियॉन्ड द स्पेसिफाइड और द सेट वैल्यू एंड द इंटरनल फॉल्ट इज इंडिकेटेड and the trip signal is given to the circuit breaker. So the actual circuit is, yes, this one is the actual circuits. You can see this here, the cities, here the cities 1 and cities 2 continuously check the current. If the internal fault is arise at that time, the vector of the input current and the output current are checked. the numerical relay क्या करेगा कि जो V is proportional to the I and V2 is directly proportional to the I as primary side and secondary side currents. If the changing in the internal faults, it means that the V2 is different from the set values. At that time numerical basic constructions of the numerical differential protection scheme for the transformers. Now the next topic is distance protections सो बेसिकली द डिस्टेंस प्रोटेक्शंस की हम जब बात करते हैं तो डिस्टेंस प्रोटेक्शंस एलिमेंट मेजर द quantities V by I, it means the impedance, and considering the phase angle between the voltage and current. So in the event of the fault, sudden change occurs in the measured voltage and current cause the variations in the measuring impedance, यानी कि impedance change होगा. So distance element will be the trip the relay. Using the trip command will issued to the circuit breakers associated with the relay. If the measure value of the impedance is less than the set value, so these are the no fault, otherwise they open the circuit breakers. So here you can see that the basic constructions for the distance protections systems. Here you can see that there are the two substations, and between the two substations the impedance will be measured. If the impedance will be, so distance protections relay is only, we know that the 80% protections will given, otherwise not the beyond the 80% the distance protections relay is not working. So yes, these are the basic settings philosophies or the protections plus 20%, and zone 3 100% protections of 100% of long adjustment or 100% of transformers, and the zone 4 is the cover of the close and backup non-directional fault. Generally the reverse reach will be provided relay only 10%. So these are the basic introductions of the distance protection systems. Now in the numerical relay, जब हम numerical relay की बात करते हैं, so for the measurement of the impedance the relay works correspondingly to the ratio of voltage and current of the circuit टू बी प्रोटेक्टेड, यानी कि हमारी जो मेन सर्किट है उसमें वोल्टेज और करंट करस्पॉन्डली चेक करना पड़ता है, यानी कि इंडिविजुअली चेक करना पड़ता है. सो वी कैन सी, you can see the figures, the CTs and PTs will be putted in the difference and the measure the voltage and current individually. So analog voltage and current signals are obtained using the CTs and PTs. So the analog voltage current signals from the CTs and PTs are given the low pass filter and remove the unwanted frequency components. So these signals are converted into the equivalent digital forms and passing through the sample and hold circuits. So after the filtering, the given the signal is signal and hold circuits, and then after the analog multiplexers and analog to units. So using the numerical filter algorithm, the fundamental Fourier sines and cosine coefficient for the both the voltage current are calculated, and these are using for the tripping the signal. So we can discuss the use of the express the voltage and current in the complex form is V equal to VA plus JVB, and for the current, so I equal to IA plus JIB. So both are in the complex form. So the resistance and the reactance component of the impedance of the line is, for the resistance values, so VA IA plus VB IB upon IA square plus IB square, and the reactive powers X equal to VB IB minus VA IB upon IA square plus IB square. So this program is used for calculate the R and X value using the above using these equations, and the algorithm includes the information about the characteristic to be implemented as impedance relay and the reactance relay. So using these calculations values, the microprocessor take decisions depending whether the fault point is lying within the defined protective zones of the relay or not. If the signal is or if the fault is arise at that time, the microprocessor is given the tripping signal to the circuit breaker and circuit breaker is open the our system. So these now we can discuss about the limitations of the numerical relay. So the first one is the protection qualities. So numerical relay offers the more functionality and greater precautions. So unfortunately, that does not necessary to translate into the better protections. So fast decisions. So numerical relay can make the fast decisions. However, the fast protections itself is of the no value because the circuit breaker are still required to the interrupt at the directions of the protective equipment, as the ability to make the circuit breaker interrupt faster is very limited. क्योंकि फास्ट डिसीजन तो ले सकता है बट सर्किट ब्रेकर की खुद की ऑपरेटिंग कुछ टाइम होता है, उसकी वजह से उसको हम पूरी तरह से फास्ट डिसीजन होने के बावजूद भी सर्किट हम ओपन नहीं कर सकते. द रिस्क ऑफ हैकिंग. सो द न्यूमेरिकल रिले प्रोटेक्शंस ऑफर रियलाइज ऑन नॉन प्रायोरिटी सॉफ्टवेयर एंड एक्सपोजिंग द सिस्टम टू पोटेंशियल रिस्क ऑफ हैकिंग. यानी कि हमको पता है कि द न्यूमेरिकल रिले इज़ द माइक्रोप्रोसेसर यूनिट and the microprocessor is also hack the different softwares and equipment, so the hacking risk is more the others relay. Now the interference. So numerical relay protection sometimes has exposure to बेसिकली द माइक्रोप्रोसेसर से वर्क कर रहा है तो जो अदर इक्विपमेंट है उसको उससे कोई इंटरफेरेंस रिड्यूस नहीं होता और इंक्लूड नहीं होता. एंड द लास्ट वन इज द फेलियर इम्पैक्ट. सो द न्यूमेरिकल रिले प्रोटेक्शन शेयर कॉमन फंक्शंस and these mean that there are the common failure modes that can affect the मल्टीपल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ प्रोटेक्शंस. सो द मल्टी एलिमेंट प्रोटेक्शंस की बात करें तो जो फेलियर्स मोड होता है वो बहुत कॉमन होता है, जो जनरली दूसरे रिलेज के कंपेयर में बहुत कम है इन द न्यूमेरिकल रिले. सो दीज आर द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ द न्यूमेरिकल रिले. सो there are no any worksheet questions, only the two questions for your assignments. How the numerical type impedance relay makes the impedance measurement of line, and what are the advantages and the limitations of the numerical relay. So these two questions is your assignment questions. If any question regarding this topic, you can contact me. If any doubt regarding this topic, you can also mail me and contact me. My mail id and the contact number is seen your screen. Thank you.